Hey Beatle friends, what's up? Today I'm going to go through a collection of the Beatles Laserdisc, both group and solo. These Laserdiscs were purchased by my father in the 80s and the 90s. He hasn't been buying Laserdiscs since DVDs first came out. And I haven't bought a single Laserdisc in my life, but I have watched these Laserdiscs when I was very little. So I grew up with these, and they bring back a lot of memories of when I watched Laserdisc before watching DVDs and Blu-rays. Now, at some point, I am going to do a video where I show the Beatles DVDs and the Blu-rays. I'm going to show everything. There are going to be duplicates, but I wanted to get this Laserdisc video collection down in the video before I get to the DVD and Blu-rays. So hope you enjoy this Laserdisc collection. I'm gonna go through these quick. I'm not gonna take out the Laserdisc because I just don't feel like doing it at this time. I don't want to risk breaking the Laserdisc because the Laserdisc can crack if not handled properly. So I'm just going to show everything and talk about them. So I'm going to start off with the small Laserdiscs. These are like EP, extended play Laserdiscs. So I have a Beatles one here to show you. Ready, Steady, Go Special Edition, the Beatles Live. Featuring 12 classic tracks, including Twist and Shout, She Loves You, Please Please Me, Love Me Do. Well, those are the songs that are on here. And I have a couple of the McCartney ones here. Give me just a moment here. All right, couple of McCartney ones here. The small Laserdisc. This one I used to watch a lot when I was little. Paul McCartney's Rupert and the Frog Song. Also Linda McCartney's Seaside Woman and the Oriental Nightfish. And I just heard the song "We All Stand Together" on the Beatles channel today. So and one of my friends hates that song. I'll tell you who that is. Mean Mr. Mayo. So all right, this is the back. It's got some creasing here. Side 1 has the Rupert and the Frog Song, the entire cartoon, and side 2 has the animated videos for Seaside Woman and the Oriental Nightfish. The Oriental Nightfish one is it's very creepy. It's a very creepy animated video that I've ever seen on a kids. This is like a kids video here. Rupert and the Frog Song, which is a kids feature, but you have Oriental Nightfish, which is an animated video where you have a naked woman, woman like all over the whole thing. So it's a very strange video, but interesting. So all right, and the last of the Laserdisc EPs, or as they call Laserdisc single here, Once Upon a Video. This is a Japanese pressing with the Obi, and it's got these videos here. It's got All the Best. It's a promo ad for All the Best, because this was released when All the Best came out. And you have the video for Once Upon a Long Ago, Stranglehold, Pretty Little Head, and finally We All Stand Together. And it has a little promo ad for Rupert and the Frog Song. And this is really nice. Well, it's got an insert here, just like Japanese releases do. Sorry about that. It's got the details and the lyrics of the songs, as well as other McCartney videos that are available. And I said that I don't want to show Laserdisc. Here's a Laserdisc. This is the only time I'm going to pull out a Laserdisc to show you, because this is a Japanese Laserdisc. So, all right, that's all the Laserdisc singles. Now on to the 12-inch Laserdisc. I'm gonna go through these as quick as I can. I'm not gonna talk too much about them. This one, The Very Best of the Ed Sullivan Show, and it has the Beatles on here as well as other artists. The Beatles' first U.S. visit. A Hard Day's Night. Criterion Collection. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it right. A Hard Day's Night. This is just the movie. The Criterion Collection has a bonus disc of the second laser disc, which has special features about A Hard Day's Night, as well as behind the scenes look. And we have a Ready Steady Go laser disc with the Beatles on it, and these are the Beatles. These are the Beatles songs that are on here. The Beatles performing these 3 songs on Ready Steady Go. Help. This was signed for my dad by Victor Spinetti. It's upside down. This also has a second disc where it has the last half of the movie as well as bonus features. And also interviews with the Beatles about the film too. And it's really nice. This one I used to watch a lot when I was little, before we had DVDs and Blu-ray. And you know, I gotta put these laser discs back in the box here. Magical Mystery Tour. Yellow Submarine. And probably the most collectible of all the Laserdiscs, because this Laserdisc this movie has not been released by Apple as of 2017. I don't know if we have to wait till the 50th anniversary of the film and the 50th anniversary of the breakup of the Beatles 3 years from now. Let it be. This goes for a lot of money on the internet. The Complete Beatles. And here's another Japanese Laserdisc here. The Beatles concert at the Budokan in 1966. Has a obi. And it'll be alright. I'll pass on showing everything. I just want to go through these as quick. You know, it takes, I gotta be very, very gentle when I'm handling these laser discs here. We have the making of the Hard Day's Night, featuring the previously cut performance of "You Can't Do That" from the end of the film. The whole movie with that scene, it is on the it has been released, uncut, and it's hosted by Phil Collins. Okay, what's the next thing I need to show? Oh, I have another Ready Steady Go laser disc here. The Beatles are on it. Yeah, the Beatles are on it. First 2 songs performed by the Beatles. And this one is just the Ready Steady Go performances of the Beatles. This is also a Japanese pressing with the obi. And then I think that's all of the Beatles as a group. My dad has a lot of solo laser discs. This is looks like a Japanese pressing. This is the concert for Bangladesh. Yeah, it is a Japanese pressing because that's the yen amount right there. So the Japanese pressing of the Concert for Bangladesh film, which is the whole thing on Laserdisc. And what do I need to show next? Okay, John Lennon live piece in Toronto, a live rock and roll revival. And then here's a little very interesting performance here. Carl Perkins' Blue Suede Shoes, a rockabilly session with Carl Perkins and friends, and that includes George Harrison and Ringo Starr and Eric Clapton, as well as many others. Really interesting. And then there's the Buddy Holly story, which is a Paul McCartney special about Buddy Holly. And then the Liverpool Oratorio. This is a movie I never watched. That'll Be the Day, starring Ringo. And we have a Beatles karaoke thing here with all Beatles songs. And what should I show next? Oh, Paul McCartney put their documentary. And here's a Lennon tribute video here. And that's the track list there. Video performances of Beatles covers, John Lennon covers. And it's got Paul doing P.S. Love Me Do on here. And it's got Ringo doing I Call Your Name. And the video closes with Sean Lennon, John's son, doing Dear Prudence. And we have a Prince's Trust All-Star Concert with Paul McCartney. That's Paul with Tina Turner doing Get Back. Paul's performance is sloppy on this. Really sloppy, but enjoyable at the same time, though. And what's next? What should I show next here? Give my regards to Broad Street. I also watch this movie a lot. This particular Laserdisc. Sorry for the little plastic thing coming off. And I'll tell you, it's an okay movie. It ain't no favorite of mine. And another Concert for Bangladesh. And a Japanese press in here. Japanese Laserdisc here. John Lennon, the bed-in. The John Lennon video collection. This is before we had the Lennon Legend video collection, which is now on DVD. Paul is live in concert, the '93 tour. And a moment to get where I left off at. John Lennon live in New York City. Then this is next here is John Lennon Imagine. This is a video. This is a video set. It's like a little, it's like a John and Yoko directed film of of them going around Ascot, which is where John Lennon lived, and that's where he recorded the album. His Ascot home in England. It was his last England home before he moved to New York City. It has these songs are set to video. This is like an experimental video where you see videos of John and Yoko, and the songs are playing. So this is really nice, and it's about an hour, and it's also got some Yoko songs on here, as well as the entire Imagine album playing as you watch the videos. Okay, what do I have next to show you? Magic Christian, starring Peter Sellers and Ringo. Paul McCartney and Wings, Rock Show. Paul McCartney special. This was released, I think, to promote the Press to Play album. Get Back, live concert documentary. Next, Imagine John Lennon, the Andrew Soot directed documentary from late 80s. Next, Paul McCartney Moving On. This is a 1993 documentary about the Off the Ground album. And we have John Lennon, the Beatles and Beyond. This is another Japanese press in here. And then the last Beatles related Laserdisc I'm going to show before I show a big box set, which is I think one of the final Laserdiscs that my father bought before DVDs were released to the public. Next is Ringo Starr and his All-Star Band. This is from the 1989 tour, first tour. Fortunately, I didn't attend the tour because I was very little. And I don't know what the purpose is with this drawing, to tell you the truth. So, all right. Okay, now on to the big one here. The final Laserdisc I'm going to show for this video is this. Let me show you the card here from Beatle Fest. Back then, it was known as Beatle Fest. Now Fest for Beatles fans. This is a card. Very special Beatle Fest offer. The Beatles Anthology home video. They did a little. They mailed this to Fest guests, and including my father's one of them, where you can call to reserve a copy of the Beatles Anthology on VHS. But I'm not going to show the VHS. I'm going to show the Laserdisc of the Anthology. So, all right. In this bag here, Media Play. Anybody remember Media Play? We used to go there all the time and buy a lot of stuff there. Media Play is no longer in business. They've been since 10 years ago, over 10 years ago or something. And here it is, the Beatles Anthology Laserdisc. Very big set here. We have the DVD of it. Yeah, we have the DVD. It's right there. DVD set. And also have the director's cut, which I got in the bootleg trade. And I'll show that in the Beatles DVD and Blu-ray video in the future. But here's a Laserdisc. Still in the shrink. Really beautiful. And look at how much this was. That was a lot for a laser disc. Now it doesn't go for that price. You know, probably goes for that price if the whole thing is sealed. But once again, I'm not going to take the laser disc out. Just going to show you everything that's inside here. Here's a laser disc. Let me do this very carefully here. Put this aside here. Laser disc 1. This has 8 laser discs. I'm gonna show everything here. Oh, this is a laser disc is on Apple, and all of these are going to be on Apple. Laser disc 2. And laser disc 3 here is coming up. Laserdisc 3. Give me a second here. Here's Laserdisc 3. And Laserdisc 4. And here's 5, number 5 here. 6. 7. 'And finally, Laserdisc 8. And it has the details about every volume, about every Laserdisc. You know, the chapters here. I'll show you. And while I'm showing this, I want to mention that while I've always loved the Beatles, I was only just an ordinary fan, you know, who just liked the music so much. You know, I didn't know much about their history and their, you know, entire catalog until the Beatles Anthology. This was the time where I went from just a basic Beatle fan who loves the Beatles music to a hardcore fan, and I've been a hardcore fan since the Anthology. I'm proud to say so. All right, and I was also hardcore on the solo material even before the Anthology. But universally I'm a Beatlemaniac, group and solo. So, all right, that wraps up this Laserdisc video where I showed the Beatles Laserdisc. I hope you enjoy this video, and at a later time I will get together all the DVDs and Blu-rays of the Beatles, group and solo, and I'll show that in a later video. It won't be next video, but it will be a later video when I get to it. So, thank you very much for watching. Talk to you all later. Thank you.